Great. So we're just going to start here in this seated position for a couple of minutes. Sometimes we stay here for 5 or 6 minutes even. But I've had some requests today in our Mindful Moments group. It was Yoga Nidra. And several people gave some feedback and they were like, oh, that was so awesome. And then the trainer team was like, oh, we should do that in yin. So it's going to be a little bit more of a mini version than that because a full Yoga Nidra can take about 20 minutes. And I do want to give you some nice stretching time as well. But this time that we take kind of here at the beginning, we'll tag it on to the end so we can get a little bit of Yoga Nidra. And Yoga Nidra just simply means yoga sleep. So it's different than our regular sleep. It is a deep conscious awareness to your sleep. So we have like kind of 4 different type of brain waves, and Yoga Nidra takes us into those deeper levels of your brain waves. So once again, welcome everybody that's joined us. We're just going to pause here for a couple of more breaths. Take a couple of nice deep inhales and sighing exhales. We are definitely still in a little bit of a state of, unrest perhaps. Doesn't matter which side you're on with the whole election process, right? But there's a lot of turmoil. You may be coming across your Facebook, friends and families with opposing views than yourself, and that can set heavy on our hearts. And so I ask you to give yourself permission for this next 28 minutes to let go of all of that, wherever you are within any of it. And if you have already let it go, you're amazing, awesome, great, because it's everywhere right now. So let it go and give yourself permission to just let it go, at least for this time. When you're ready, bringing the palms of the hands together, lifting the thumbs to your heart, and taking a moment here and simply loving yourself. We are all living our human experience, right? The best way that we can. Be kind to yourself, be forgiving, be loving, and continue to strive to be better, always, right? Doesn't mean that we can't love ourselves because we're striving to be better. That is life. Love yourself where you are and continue to grow. When you're ready, you can release your hands and take a moment to begin to flutter your eyes open, maybe taking some neck rolls, one direction, and the other. Starting with a little bit of movement as we kind of move tension out of our body. And then some easy shrugs or rolls of the shoulder. Nice. And then bringing that right arm across your chest, drop the shoulder down away from the ear, and kind of using your left hand, gently pull on that right tricep. A few breaths here, releasing around the shoulder. And then switching that out, other direction, gently pull, dropping the shoulder down away from the ear. Nice. and release. And then bringing those hands behind your back. Interlace your hands if you will, or you can just simply reach them behind you, just taking a few breaths to open the chest. You can move your neck a little here. And release. And then making our way over onto all fours for a couple of cat-cows. Again, using a little bit of movement to release any tension, any tightness in the body. Inhaling, dropping the belly, exhaling, rounding. And staying in either position as long as you like. So those of you just joining us, there has been some requests to do a little bit of yoga nidra. I did that. It's maybe been a month since we did it. So we'll do kind of a minier version of it, an 8 to 10 minute versus kind of a typical, almost 20-minute. But because we will be laying very still in the second half of class, we're using a little bit of movement here in the first half. From here, your knees can be together or apart, whatever feels good to you as you step back towards that child's pose, crawling the fingers forward. Maybe the forehead comes to the ground, maybe not. And I like to sway side to side a little through my torso. And if that feels good to you, give it a try. Don't forget to take those nice exhales. And then if you wish, take your hands and walk them a little bit to the right, pulling a little more through the left fingers. Letting that right arm soften a bit. You might even feel the elbow bend. And slowly making your way back center. And then over to the left. Reaching through the right arm. You can soften through the left arm, letting the left elbow bend. And making your way center. Coming up to all fours. Now you're welcome to stay on your hands, or you could drop to your forearms as well. Just taking your left leg, lengthen behind you. Reach it over to the right side of your body. Press the left hips away, looking over the right shoulder. Taking a nice stretch, especially in the lower part of your oblique muscles. Again, moving just a little quicker than we often do in yin. Just here for these first couple of moves, we're going to start to get pretty still and holding postures longer, and then working our way into yoga nidra. And then allow yourself to come center. And we'll take that right leg, lengthening it long and over to the left. Pressing through the right shoulder, looking over the left shoulder. Nice. It's a nice stretch in the lower oblique and even down through the low back. Down that IT band. And release, come center. Coming down into a seated position. Pillows always super awesome as we make our way into a forward fold. So feel free to lay some pillows in your lap if you like. Gently flex the feet, and we will hold this pose a little longer now as we lengthen through the entire back of the body. You can grab your feet if you reach them, but don't worry if you don't, perfectly fine. Just think about flexing the feet towards you a bit, deepening that stretch through the calf muscle. Allowing your upper body to soften, rounding forward gently. Creating space through the back of your body. Soften your eyes, relaxing your forehead. Release your jaw. And on our inhale, slowly making your way up. Maybe keeping your pillows nearby. You may want them in just a bit. As you scoot your glutes up towards your heels and bring yourself down onto your back. So you can always stack some pillows. We'll just hug our knees in here. So you could stack some pillows so that you're in more of a reclined position if you prefer that to your back. And then just gently allow yourself to rock side to side a bit. And then releasing the arms out into the T position. Let your knees fall to the right. And your gaze can come back towards that left hand if that feels okay. It does deepen the twist a little bit to look back towards the left hand. You can also take this top left leg and straighten it. Again, only if that still feels good to your body. We're finding that balance between stretching and just releasing. If at any point you find your mind begins to wander and get too preoccupied with anything not in the present moment, simply allow the mind to come back to the here and now. And then bringing those knees back center. Take a moment to adjust. And let the knees fall to the left. And the gaze to the right. Again, only gazing to the right if that feels okay on your neck. And you also have that option to straighten that top right leg, deepening the stretch. And more breaths here. And then slowly coming onto your back. Once again, take a moment to adjust. And then allowing the bottoms of the feet to come together, the knees to come apart into reclining butterfly. Perhaps sliding a pillow under the outer thigh of each leg to make this position more restorative. Or maybe just letting the natural pressure of gravity open you a little more. Softening the belly. As we began to prepare for Yoga Nidra, maybe grab yourself a pillow, maybe a blanket if you're feeling a little bit cool where you are. And Yoga Nidra is done on the back. If you do happen to fall into sleep, that is okay. Your body is still processing what is happening. It's not necessarily the purpose to fall asleep, but it will relax your body and probably allow you to have a little deeper sleep this evening. For those of you that have never experienced Yoga Nidra before, there is a bit of a scripted aspect to it. Each time you do Yoga Nidra, there are kind of certain pieces that will be familiar. Because what it's doing is it's going to take you into those deeper layers of your being. So allow yourself to find that place as comfortable as you can, lying on your back. Allow your feet, to be a little wider than your hips, and perhaps placing a blanket under your knees or under your low back, or of course under your head. And I invite you to come into this present moment. Now know that your mind may wander throughout this, and it is okay. Simply when that happens, just come back to the sound of my voice and to the movement of your body with your breath. But here in this present moment, notice the sounds that you hear. Try not to judge them, just simply notice them. And then bringing your awareness to your physical body. Notice maybe a light touch of the air on your skin, wherever skin may be exposed. Notice how your clothes feel against your skin. Moving from the outside in, tune into your inner being and notice any inner sensations, any feeling, any sounds that your body may be making, perhaps your heartbeat. Notice the feel of your physical body on the earth, on the ground. Feel the sensations of your body connecting with the floor. Allowing your body to surrender, to completely relax, knowing that that floor is going to support you. Imagine yourself perhaps floating lightly on water or on clouds. Or maybe you like the sensation more of imagining yourself just sinking into grass or a feather bed. Scanning head to toe, noting any areas of tension that you notice that come to you. Just noticing. I'm not even trying to do anything about it, just noting it. And then bringing your awareness to your feet, to your toes. Bring some contraction in, squeezing the toes, rounding the feet. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, let that go. Moving up through the lower part of your leg, and our body's very connected, so you may feel different parts of your body react, but moving through the lower part of your leg and up through the upper leg, contracting, inhaling, exhale, release. Notice the lightness of your legs. Coming up through your glutes, your pelvic floor muscles, maybe even up through your belly and low back, contracting. Exhale, release. Through the belly, through the back, through the chest, maybe even up into the shoulders, contracting. And exhale, release. Noticing that difference, that release through much of your body at this point. And then traveling down the arms all the way to the hands and the fingers, perhaps making a fist, contracting, sighing, exhale, release. Feel the lightness through the body. Imagine that someone comes and picks up your leg or your arm, and as they let go of it, right, it just relaxes back into the earth. And then lastly, a little bit of squeezing through the eyes, through the face. Exhale. Let it go. Become totally aware of your body and feel the lightness. Noticing that if any tension comes back into it, you have the ability to release it. Bringing your awareness into your breath. Noticing the ease of the inhale and the exhale. In and out, effortlessly. Notice the breath without trying to control it, because we can, but we don't need to. The breath just happens. And allow yourself for a moment to travel back into a time, perhaps childhood, maybe, early adult life. Just let yourself travel back into a time when there was a carefreeness. And you could just imagine yourself perhaps doing cartwheels across the sandy beach, or running through the sprinklers with friends. Just allow yourself to be there for a moment, a place where there were no responsibilities. Maybe even a more present time on a vacation. And you may find that that imagery changes, the place changes, or the activity changes. That's okay. Just allow yourself to be there. And as you feel that joy and warmth move through your body, you might even find that you want to release the imagery, release the memory, and just feel this sense of warmth, of peace. allowing your body to absorb that feeling right here, right now. You hear my voice, but it might feel a little bit far away. You feel the lightness of your body, the lightness of your heart, of your mind, of your emotions. Begin to allow yourself to come back into this present moment. Notice your breath. Notice the air on your skin, the sensation of your clothes or your body on the floor. And maybe a very gentle movement of fingers and toes. This is where I will leave you, in this place of awareness. Whenever you are ready to move a little bit more, just allow yourself to move a little bit more. Taking your time, knowing that there's no hurry, no rush. The love and light in me honors the love and light in each of you. Namaste.